Hey lovies, so I'm gonna hitch Lee up and have him put to his carriage, and I thought maybe you guys could see me get him dressed. He seems pretty cooperative this morning, so I'm gonna just get his harness and show you how to do it. So this is his harness bag, and this is what the harness came in, and I store his harness in there, and I keep it all neat and tidy the way I have it clipped in the bag. So it just hangs like that, and then it has this like cool fur lining. Well, it's fake, you know. And yeah, so I could just take it like this, all one piece. Y'all know I'm a little awkward, so all right. Lee, back up. Good. I got that right. And Lee. Lee, come on. Come on. Yeah. This. No. That goes over him. And up. Goes over this. Okay. Stand. All right. This is all like this. All right. He's a little wigglier than I thought. It's okay. Okay. And then I reach underneath. There. Bam. Okay. Right. And this goes like that. And this piece, you lift up their tail, just underneath. It goes on the second hole. Okay. Very good. Okay. And then there's a piece underneath. There's a piece underneath. Good boy. Right? So this you want loose. You don't want this really tight. Okay, and I have everything situated on him. Now I'm gonna get the carriage pulled out. So let's do that. So I got the carriage unwrapped, and I put my whip in the whip holder, and I'm just gonna move this. I usually have it parked over here on these mats, just so it's not on the grass, you know? And I'm just gonna pull it out, so it's easier to hitch Lee, so we're not in a corner. And I usually put the shafts up like this. Next step I do is put my helmet on. I love all the fancy hats that people wear when they drive, but for me, I am a helmet person anytime I'm doing horse stuff. Not really walking around with them, which maybe I should sometimes, but definitely when I'm driving and riding, but yeah. So this is my helmet. I did get a new helmet because I need a larger size to fit my hair, basically. And I had to like, kind of like, there's no internet information on, you know, what to do with your dreadlocks while wearing an equestrian helmet. So I just do what's comfortable for me, and I just kind of like spread them a little bit. And then put my helmet on, and it has a dial in the back. And because I'm in Florida, sun visor. This thing is awesome. All right. I have my gloves. Lee's bridle. I'm gonna put my water in the carriage. There we go. This is Lee's little bridle. It's very cute. His harness and bridle and everything is from Chimicum Tack. It's a comfy fit, and I love it. He likes it too. And you look handsome. Yeah. Once he has his harness on, he does quite settle down. And we've gotten better at bridling, haven't we? All right, so to bridle, I take his halter, like this, just in case he's wiggly. And find his mouth. Oops. There we go. Good boy. I don't know if y'all remember when I first was trying to bridle him, it looked like I was trying to bridle a cat. We're doing better. The cat up. Okay. It does make it tricky. I'm visually impaired, as you all know, so it takes me a little bit longer to like line things up because I can't see the holes. Good stand. That's a good stand. Yeah, you got the camera. Okay. The next thing I do is attach the reins, which I have all lined up. Lee gets fidgety if like you're pulling on his face when you're getting him ready. So I just do my best to not pull on him, and it looks a lot easier, even when you're watching. Get up. And this side. Okay. All right. Now I have his reins. Like this. And I'm going to take his halter off. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to line him up. Sometimes he's a little wiggly, but once he gets locked into position, he doesn't move. Okay, try again. Stand. Yep. Excuse the donkey in the back. Stand. Stand. So, I'm gonna move his butt over like this. There you go, stand. And just move it back a little. This could stand. This goes right here. Head up. And same on the other side. This. I like these quick released loops. Okay. And this. Pick your head up. Stand. Okay. I have little shaft loops, and this goes through here. Pick up. And I put this on the third hole. Stand. This piece. Stand. This piece goes through here. Stand. Goes through here like this. And it goes to the front. And then this goes through there like that. And back into this. And this goes on the second hole. This one. Okay. And I do the same thing on the other side. Take this. I have my little loop right here that this goes through. Would stand. This goes in between here and here. This goes like the same as the other side on the third hole for him. I get this. Okay. And that goes around like that. That goes through here. Oop, there's a wasn't flat. Hold on. Okay, so it goes like this. I want to make sure nothing is twisted when you're getting all this together. And this goes on the second hole. Like so. I have my reins. Jim is actually standing in front of him.
She wants to take them out.
Yeah, I know. They're gonna leave. They're waiting for me. All right. Now I have him all hitched, and his favorite thing is walking. Right. And I flip my reins to this side, and that's telling him I'm getting off. Good boy. This part, this is the easy part. Because now that he drove, he's mentally really happy. Okay. Good boy. So I take these off. And I loop it behind here. And, you know, I make it look hard. Okay. And I take this off. I loop it in here. And I stick it in there. Good boy. Yeah, good stand. And I do the same thing on the other side. I get these undone like that. And then good boy. I put it here so I can store it nicely, you know. Again, I'm making it look harder than it is. So you're welcome. Okay, and then I take this tug out and I take it through this loop and I just kind of like stick it in there. These quick release are easy. I just do that, and I can, because he's a little horse, I can just reach over the other side and get that. This is like the part he's like the best at, getting unhitched. So I have this. I gotta go under here and undo this strap. And I undo on this side, this, and this. I take the reins off and I reattach them to here. So that's how I store them. And I do the same thing on this side. Good stand. And then I undo the buckles of his bridle. And over here too. Yep. I know. And I come back around on this side, because this is the side I do it on. And I take this. I take this. Ta-da! And the bridle is separate. And this is the same way I put it on. And I can just hang it right in the bag. I'll show you. Put his bridle here because I'm going to wash the. And this goes. Ta-da! Yeah. So that's how I get Lee all put to, dressed and undressed, and yeah. And now I'm gonna wash him, and then we'll pull out the new pony. Good boys. Yeah, hi. You had a nice drive today, didn't you? Yep. Yeah. Good boy, Lee. Good boy. You gonna roll? You did just get rinsed off a little. Figured now you can roll, huh? You got a friend. Yeah. Good boys. You got a hay ball, huh? Yeah. You got your hay ball. Good boys. Good boys. There you go. I knew you wanted to roll. Yeah. Now they're all wet, you can get all dirty. Yeah. Good boy. That's fun. Oh yeah, you get both sides, huh? Yeah, you get both sides. Good job, Lee. Now you're brown. Now you're brown. Good job. Good boys. Good boys.